Hello and welcome to Accent Excellence. I'm Chuck Lionberger, and coming up on this month's show, we're going to be celebrating Earth Day and Arbor Day here at Burlington Elementary School. Also, we're going to introduce you to the 2016 Golden Apple Award winner. And we'll continue our in-depth review of the strategic plan, so don't go anywhere. Accent Excellence is next.
If you like to work with your hands and want a rewarding career, then Burton Center for Arts and Technology can help you achieve your dream. Burton is home to a precision machining class with award-winning teachers and facilities that can jumpstart your career. You will shape, turn, and sculpt metal using state-of-the-art technology. You will also create 3D models using computer-aided drafting and computer-aided machining programs. If you are interested in this exciting career, check out Burton Center for Arts and Technology today.
April showers bring May flowers. It also brings a great time to start using a rain barrel. A rain barrel catches rainwater from your roof gutters, and the clean, free water can be used on gardens, lawns, and for outdoor cleaning. Rain barrel water is free of chemicals. It reduces your water bills, and it's good for the environment. You can buy a pre-assembled kit, or you can build your own with materials from a hardware store. Learn how to start saving money and the environment by using a rain barrel today. Contact the Clean Valley Council for more info.
Hi, and welcome back to Accent Excellence. We're at Burlington Elementary School, and joining me now is Chris Lowe from our Operations Department here at Roanoke County Public Schools. And Chris, it's a rainy day here, and normally we would be outside for an event like today because it's also Arbor Day and Earth Day. But you know what? We're talking about trees like rain, so it's a good thing.
It is a good thing.
All right, so we have this event that takes place in our schools each and every year. It's an Arbor Day and sometimes combined with an Earth Day event. What's going on?
Well, what happens is Roanoke County gets a grant every year, and they allow us to select a school that we would like to come plant trees at. It's an Arbor Day celebration we've done for over 15 years that I've been with the system.
It is very, very helpful to have the support of Parks and Rec for doing these types of events, isn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, they help us in so many different ways. Not just on Arbor Day and tree plantings, but they're also involved in our day-to-day field activities and things like that as well. So they're a great partner to have.
We gave a lot of messages to kids when it comes to trees. Kind of share some of those about why it's important not only to plant trees, but also to be mindful of them.
Well, I think they need to know how important trees are to our society. I mean, not just for providing shade or providing lumber for houses and construction and things of that nature, but the importance of what it means to the environment. I mean, just stabilizing soil, for instance. I mean, allowing us to bottle water and things of that nature. I mean, they're important in our everyday living, not just in the food and things like that they produce, but just in all the interactions they have with other things in the environment that help us get our day-to-day lives.
It's something that we often take trees and wood for granted. In fact, take a look. We're in this library right now where we have wood bookshelves and literally thousands of books, paper, all made of trees. You often can take a tree for granted. Oh,
you can. I mean, a lot of people don't realize that trees are involved with toothpaste, for instance, soaps and deodorants, and it's just it's everyday function. There's a reason why the tree's a part of it.
We gave kids another important message, and that was go out and plant a tree. Why is it so important to plant trees?
Well, because there is the use of trees. We do use trees. We do clear trees for construction and for new developments and for all those products that we use. So you have to replenish what you're using.
For us also, it's very helpful to have trees to be placed on the school property. Like for here at Burlington, where are we going to be putting these trees this year?
Well, this year we're going to be putting them around their playground. They have a playground that doesn't have any shade at all. They have some benches outside that do not have the shade for the playground. So we're going to be surrounding the playground and some other areas on the site. They'll provide some more shade opportunities for the staff and for the students.
And again, this is something that's an every year event.
Every year. We start in January deciding which school, and we practically just rotate from school to school as we can from district to district. But it's a process that starts in January and it culminates with Arbor Day tree planting in April.
One thing also we wanted to commend, they also announced that this is the 18th year of Roanoke County being named a Tree City USA.
Yeah, that's fabulous, and there's only 3 in the whole state of Virginia, so it's something that Roanoke County should be very proud of.
It also marks a lot, of course, about our stewardship, doesn't it?
It does. It does. It shows how much effort that Parks and Recreation and in coordination with the schools, how important it is to get the word out to the students and even to the adults and the staff and things like that, so that they all know the importance of what we're doing.
These kids put a lot of effort into it, not just, you know, the whole celebration of it, but also in learning facts and singing songs and doing poems and things like that. What does it make you feel? Did these kids take this to heart?
It's why we do it. I mean, things like today, like today's program, and that's why we do what we do. I mean, it's for the learning, but to see the smiles on their faces, and then to know that they're learning something, and they're going to take something with them today when they go home.
It's a fun event, a great event, and again, a very simple message. You know, plant a tree because trees do everything for us. Again, take a look at where we are right now. So, Chris, thank you so much for being with us, and another happy Arbor Day to you. And folks, I want you to stay right there because we've got more Acts and Excellence still to come.
This is who I am. I can't do it alone. I'm a good person, and the truth is, I break the law. I ignore what my parents taught me, and I thought everything they said was a joke. No longer can it be said that I am my own person. I'll tell you one thing for sure. I've become a slave to the drinking crowd. I refuse to accept that I can be confident in myself and be popular without beer or drugs. A person like me can easily be forgotten. But wait, what if that's all wrong? What if I don't have to be forgotten? A person like me can easily be popular without beer or drugs. I can be confident in myself, and I refuse to accept that I've become a slave to the drinking crowd. I'll tell you one thing for sure. I am my own person. No longer can it be said that I thought everything they said was a joke. I ignore what my parents taught me and I break the law. The truth is, I'm a good person. I can't do it alone. This is who I am.
Hi, and welcome back to Acts and Excellence. We're at Glenver High School, and joining me now is Courtney Heron. She's a senior here at Glenver, and Alec Thompson's a junior. And Courtney and Alec, we just saw something, frankly, really scary and serious that took place today. It was a horrible accident that happened out on the track, but fortunately, this was a mock crash. You know, Alec, kind of tell me what happened today.
Well, I'm not really sure what happened. It was just a car crash from what I saw, but there was a state trooper involved, and there was 2 cars filled with Glenver students in it, and they didn't look like they were doing too well. So.
Yeah, tell me, I mean, actually you saw later on through this mock crash actually ended up being 3 fatalities.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, I think one had to be carried away by the helicopter of Carillion, I believe.
Yeah, it was the state police helicopter that came in, and medevac went away. And Courtney, when you're looking about this, you know, obviously we're coming into prom season now, not just here at Glenver, but all across Roanoke County. These are the type of things that have to kind of weigh heavy in your mind as you're thinking about, you know, enjoying prom.
Yeah, I think not only is it every day just prom, it's every day. You could be driving to school or driving home from school or from work, and you couldn't make it there because somebody was out late at a bar or had a few drinks.
You know, as we saw during this mock crash, there was one person who was taken away. I think if you kind of saw the individual, kind of describe to me that process as you witnessed someone who had just caused a triple fatal accident and they were being dealt with by police.
I think as it was happening and how we got to see it, it was very realistic, and it definitely gave you the chill bumps, and everything as you see it happening made you want to second guess everything about driving, all your decisions that you're going to make from here on out, and it really made you enjoy life.
What did it make you, what was going through your mind as you were watching this mock crash?
To me, it really opened my eyes that it could happen to anybody. It could happen at any moment of the day. It doesn't have to be just at night or just a drunk driver. It could be a person who's completely sober. It could happen any time of the day, and it's just an eye-opener that that's the risk you take when you drive a car.
Think about that, though, when you're talking to yourself and to your fellow students, the distractions that can take place, not even, again, the impaired driving like happened in this scenario, but something like texting and the dangers of just texting and driving.
Yes, sir. Texting and driving, I think, is just a big distraction because you have your eyes off the road, which is different from when you're drunk driving where you're impaired. This way, you're not even looking at the road, so you have no clue what's happening above you or in front of you.
And Courtney, you've seen it out there, haven't you?
Yes, I see it. Even at stoplights, people are still texting, and it's definitely a distraction because even just for a split second, when you take your eyes off the road and you look back, you could be somewhere like on the other side of the road, and it could be very bad.
Put yourself in the shoes of that one person who was taken away. They were in handcuffs, so drunk they could barely walk. Put yourself in that person's shoes. What would be going through your head right now?
Probably thinking about what would happen after that. Probably thinking that I would be going to prison for a very long time, and all the people that that person had killed, you have the guilt from it, from those 3 people, and you'd have to see the families and how it hurt the families, and it would just be very tragic.
That's kind of where we're kind of leading to, Alec. What's the message to your fellow students, your classmates, high school students all across the county? What's the message after you see something like this? Is it worth it?
No, it's definitely not worth it. And like texting and driving, it's worth the wait for the text. Wait till you get to wherever you're going. Just wait. Don't look at your phone, because even that one glimpse can end your life, and it could be the last time you ever see that person or last time you ever live.
Following the mock crash, we had some guest speakers that talked a lot about the legal implications of making poor choices. Tell me a little bit about that.
They just talked about how the court system is going to try you, if they could try you as an adult, depending on your age, if you're under 18, but that's if you're between 14 and 18, they can try you as an adult, which would mean harder disciplinary actions against you than if you were younger than that.
Does something like this make either one of you kind of stop and think?
Yes.
Tell me about that.
I've been driving for 2 years, and my parents, or a lot of people have been driving more than that, and it's crazy to think that just in this 2 years I could go drive tomorrow and not drive ever again, or even be alive. And it just made me think harder on my decisions, like, is that text really important enough that I need to look at it right now, or can I wait 5 minutes when I am finished where I'm going and I can look and reply? Do I want to text them back for a while, or just one more text, maybe even if you get to send it?
Alec, what about you?
It's just really scary to think that I've been only driving for a year, and there's people who've been driving for longer than I've been alive, and it's still happening to them. So it kind of takes away that feeling that, oh, I'm invincible, this will never happen to me, and puts it in reality that it can happen to anybody, even people who are very experienced at driving.
Kind of as we wrap this up, the thought that, and we talked about it, it's making good decisions, and a decision takes literally that long. And something that kind of moment in time can change your life. What do you think about that?
It makes you really think hard on each and every decision that you make. Even if it takes that long, you need to think and make sure it's the right decision before you go through with it.
And Alec, kind of thinking about that, just because, yes, I can decide, oh, it's just a drink, it won't hurt me. Right. It's kind of the first mistake, isn't it? Yes,
sir. That's the first mistake, and the big mistake is, oh, this glass won't hurt me. Oh, this won't, and then it just starts adding up, and it gives you more and more, until you're not sober anymore.
A lot of great messages. Hopefully, we never actually see a crash like we witnessed today at Glenver High School. Was a mock crash. We want to give a special thanks to the Virginia State Police, to the Roanoke County Police Department, Roanoke County Fire and Rescue, and so many others who came together, including the many students who served as actors and participants in today's car crash. So, students, we hope that you get the message. As these folks said, it's not worth it. Take that time. Leave the text alone. It can wait 5 minutes. Alex and Courtney, thanks so much for being with us. And folks, we want you to stay right there, because more Accent Excellence is coming up.
There's a myth out there that somebody who's using drugs is engaged in a selfish habit, that they're not hurting anybody, and I can say that's not true at all. Every drug user has somebody that they've hurt, that they've not been there for because they're under the influence, or they're using their time and money to obtain drugs. I see a lot of people in the probation office who steal from family members, steal from friends and businesses, so I can truly say that a drug addiction and drug habit hurts everybody.
Have you ever wanted to make a difference in the life of an animal but didn't know how? The Regional Center for Animal Care and Protection is looking for volunteers to assist with the daily care of their animals. Volunteer opportunities include cat socialization, dog walking, front desk or kennel assistant, off-site adoption events, rescue networking, or shelter photography. As a volunteer, your time and talents will make a difference in the life of an animal. For more information on how to become a volunteer, call or email the Regional Center for Animal Care and Protection.
Hi, and welcome back to Accent Excellence. Joining me again is Dr. Ken Nicely. He's our Director of Secondary Instruction. And Dr. Nicely, we're back again, and we're talking more about the strategic framework. So pretty much for the whole year here on Accent Excellence, we have been talking about this strategic framework. And back at the beginning of the year, we did a big overview. And in more recent episodes, we did a deep dive on deeper learning. And now we're coming out to this second ring in the 4 C's, as we call them. And just last month, we talked about communication. And so now we're going to go across the way, and let's talk about critical thinking. And critical thinking is something that we hope all of our students are doing all the time, but it's a very important skill that our students need to master, and sometimes it's something that can be taken for granted.
Absolutely. Well, you know, we fundamentally want our students to think, as you say, and that's sort of foundational to our curriculum, our whole learning process. And that's something we talk with teachers a lot about. I mean, we in Roanoke County generally have students that are very well behaved. They're on task. They're doing what the students or the teachers ask them to do. But sometimes that can be a very passive learning process if we're not careful. So students might be sitting there and taking notes, and it's sort of passing through to the hand, and they're getting the information. But we really want to have the thinking occurring so that as the information is coming in, we're engaging the students, they see the purpose behind it, and it's causing them to think about not only interpreting and understanding, comprehending the information, but also think about the applications and the purposefulness behind it. So that thinking piece is fundamental. I know last month we talked about the communication piece, and I always think about the written communication piece. And one of the things I like to say is, you know, writing. Why is it important to write? Well, writing is evidence of thinking. And so we want to know that our students are thinking as they're expressing themselves, through their communication skills. Part of that is their expression, the evidence that in fact that thinking process is in fact occurring.
And one of the things is, you know, again, we talked about this way back, even last month. You can go back and watch the State of the County or the State of the Schools address back from the November 2015 show. The change in education from 30 years ago, you know, back then, kids just sitting in desks, and it was very passive. You know, all they did was kind of receive the information. Now, our students are engaging with that information, and to do so, they have to be able to think and process what they're seeing and what they're experiencing in order to gain meaning from it.
Yeah, well, that's right. Well, and the whole purpose of this, you know, idea of the digital sea change, the strategic framework, is to say that we really do want to transform that learning process. And so we have to be very purposeful about the experiences we provide the students in the classroom. So a great example of that, if you think about what's been happening over the past 2 or 3 years in our elementary level with the elementary engineering program. That's one strategy to get to this idea of deeper learning that we've talked about a couple of months ago. But it's exposing students to this idea of problem solving, to give them a challenge of some sort, a problem to solve, and to frankly develop that mindset of not giving up on it, you know, too soon. They have to really stick to it. And try different ways. There's not always one right answer. We're pretty good about that, getting those kind of results and training students on the, you know, testing side of things. But we really do want to have that balance. And so sometimes there isn't one right answer. So we really want students to be able to think through a problem, think about different ways to solve it, and it's that process, that journey, that's almost more important, certainly just as important as getting to the answer.
Yeah, and the fact that, you know, it has been often said that failure sometimes is the best teacher, and this is where that really comes, because, you know, if a student is attempting a particular project and it doesn't exactly work out, they're still learning because the failure leads to more learning.
That's right. So critical thinking can look like many different ways in the classroom setting. That can be stimulated from the teacher with just good questioning strategies, whether in a small group setting, individual questions to students, whole class settings, but it could also be in this design brief setting or a project-based learning setting in which they really are trying to solve some real-life problems.
And again, of many of these, again, they're all important. This is another one that really becomes critical as you go beyond the K-12 environment.
That's right, because as we've said, we want our students to be opportunity ready. We don't know, we can't predict, exactly what career students may enter, what problems they may be called upon to solve. It's that skill, that mindset to say, we're going to stick to the problem, we're going to try to come up with solutions, and really engaging with that whole thinking process.
It's another example, and again, just one of the 4 C's that our students are working on. Coming up in next month's Accent Excellence, we'll take another look at one of the other 2 C's, collaboration or creativity. And again, this all gets back to this whole point of deeper learning in our classroom. Dr. Nicely, again, thanks for being with us, and we'll see you again next month, but we want to see you for more Accent Excellence, so stick around. There's more coming up.
Everyone loves having a beautiful green lawn, but did you know that lawn fertilizers can pollute our waterways? Before you fertilize your lawn, conduct a soil test to know what fertilizers are needed. Only apply fertilizers during the growing season and avoid using fertilizers and pesticides within 20 feet of a stream. After you mow, leave your clippings on your lawn because these return nutrients back into the ground. It's easy to keep your lawn green and our waterways clean. Contact the Clean Valley Council for more info.
Hi, and welcome back to Accent Excellence. We're here at Williamburg High School, and ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct pleasure to introduce you to the 2016 Golden Apple Award winner, Barbara McGrath. First and foremost, congratulations on winning the Golden Apple Award.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, so let's get down to it. First of all, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you teach.
Well, I've lived in Virginia about 12 years now, originally from Brooklyn, New York, so I'm a Yankee. And I teach biology, I teach ecology, and this is my 2nd year teaching AP biology. So I do all the biological sciences.
And all here at Byrd?
All here at Byrd.
Tell me about teaching science.
Oh, one of my favorite quotes is, biology is life. So all I'm doing is teaching the kids biology is life, so that everything I teach them, I connect to them, connect to their living, connect to what they do every day. And I love it because I can teach them everything that's new, because science changes every year. I can show them that what I learned 20 years ago is different than what they're learning. And I can show them that what they're learning is more just an SOL, it's their life. So I love it.
And it's all, to steal a line from Disney, literally it's all connected to that great circle of life.
The great circle of life kind of thing. That's right.
All right. So what led you to think about the Golden Apple Award?
I got a letter saying that 4 of my students nominated me. And I thought, if I have 4 kids who took the time to write a letter about me, I have to try for it. I have to honor them by trying. I never ever thought I would win in a bazillion years. So I knew I had to try for them. If they thought that much of me, I had to go for it.
Yeah, tell me about that. What does that mean to you? That 4 students would on their own hook, take the time to write about a teacher?
I will remember that every single time I have a bad moment. It is what's going to drive me for the next 20 years. It means I must be doing something right. I'm getting to them. I'm connecting with them. They care about learning. They care about me like I care about them. And it was probably besides having my children, one of the most wonderful things I ever, when I read that letter, I was like, oh my God, these kids really, care and like me, and I've got to try.
All right, so we fast forward to your accepted as a finalist. For those who understand the process, there's nomination, and then teachers submit some additional information, and then a group of finalists are selected, or semifinalists are selected. So you became a semifinalist, and then it was time to come to the awards ceremony, and they, going through and recognizing everybody. What was it like, just even being among all those people recognized as semifinalists?
I looked around the room, and I knew a lot of them, and I'm like, that's a great teacher. That's a great teacher. That's a great teacher. I was with the best of the best. All the teachers that care, all the ones I hear the kids' names talking about at different schools, and I said, wow, look at me. I'm doing pretty good. Look at who I'm around, all these great teachers, and that there are so many great teachers. Teachers we get a bad rap, and to see them all saying, look, all these people thought so highly of all these teachers that they wrote, and here we all are. So it's worth what we do.
And then that moment comes. And John Carlin, we thank John from Channel 10 coming out and emceeing the event. And he says the Golden Apple Award winner is, and all of a sudden, everybody's looking at you.
Oh, I'm an introvert. That was terrifying. I didn't believe it. I had Melissa Carr, who's a 2013 winner, elbow me and say, get up, because I didn't believe it. And as I'm going up there, everybody's clapping. It was surreal. I still don't believe it sometimes.
Tell me, it's been a little while. Hopefully it's sunk in a little bit. Tell me what it means to be the Teacher of the Year in Roanoke County.
Oh, wow. That all my years when I didn't feel like teaching, when someone was just getting me down, when there were things happening that I couldn't control, every day is worth it. Because sometimes somebody shows you you're doing a great job. And I saw that. I wish we all could win golden apples. I really do.
Yeah, and I tell you that you're right on that. That we saw, of course, we recognized 3 red apple winners, one for elementary, one for middle, and one for high, and a green apple award winner as well. And you look at every single one of those red apple winners. Every single one of them could have been a golden apple.
Could have been a golden apple winner. And Lord, I don't know why they picked me, but I'm happy they did. It kind of validated the children. They're like, look, we do have a great teacher. We were right in writing those letters. And that it's good to come to school. We need to come here and learn. We've got these great teachers here. And that's why we come to school. We've got to learn what we can from all these great teachers.
Okay, so you hear Golden Apple Award winner, and that was all fine, well, and dandy. But wait, there's more. Then our friends from First Team Auto Mall, Dave Dillon, comes and puts a little something in your hand, puts some keys in your hand.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Well, I drive a minivan, and I haven't driven a car like that Altima since my 20s. And I'm 48, so it's been a while. Oh my goodness, it's like I'm in my 20s again, and I get to drive a sporty car. And I think I told them, this geeky teacher gets to drive a cool car for a year. It's really a status symbol. I know people looking at the car and they're reading the license plate, great teacher, and I'm wondering what they're thinking. Who's this lady think she is? She's like, it's an award, I didn't write that. And it's amazing, because I get to drive this car for a whole year, and it's a cool car.
It's a nice car.
It's a nice car.
Nice set of wheels.
It's a really nice car, and I never would have afforded a car like that. Now I get to use it for a year. It is the cherry on top. It really is. It is above and beyond. First Team is amazing for doing that, and I think it shows the community, look, we've got these great teachers. Here's one in this car.
Yeah.
And then it's going to go on to the next great teacher and the next great teacher. There's bunches of us, and it'll keep going. And that's kind of cool to be part of that. My name will be there in the whole list now.
Yes, it will be. And she didn't put it on there. She earned that license plate on that car.
I earned it.
So again, ladies and gentlemen, our 2016 Golden Apple Award winner, Teacher of the Year in Roanoke County, Barbara McGrath. Again, absolutely wonderful. Congratulations to you.
Thank you very much.
Folks, stay there, right there. We've got a lot more Accent Excellence coming up, so don't go anywhere.
I want to be a fashion designer.
I want to be a senator.
I want to be a teacher.
I want to be a professional athlete.
I want to be cool. I want to be accepted. I want to fit in. I want to be popular.
I want to be invited to parties.
I don't want to be invisible anymore.
I want to be part of the in crowd.
You think you have to drink to be in the in crowd, but giving in to peer pressure isn't going to get you anywhere. Be true to yourself to accomplish your big dreams.
Well, that's going to do it for this month's edition of Accent Excellence. If you'd like to learn more about Roanoke County Public Schools, be sure to check us out online, and don't forget to like us on Facebook and Twitter. Also, we want to remind you that the Little Feet Meet has been rescheduled for May the 23rd at Northside High School, so we really hope you come out and cheer on these very special athletes. And don't forget, coming up in June is Graduation Live. Details and more are on the Roanoke County Public Schools website. I'm Chuck Lionberger. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.